Okay, so good morning, MVED class. So it took a while, but then here it is. So the lesson that I'm going to present to you today is the value education is meaning, significance, and global trend. Ma'am, natapos na natin yung meaning. Kung mapapansin niyo, lagi kong ibinabalik yung meaning kasi para ma-compare natin doon sa or connect natin doon sa every lesson that we are going to have. Yan. So again, i-present ko uli sa inyo. What is its meaning, its significance, and then what is the global trend of the value education. I advise you to have your notes ready and your pen as well because as I have said before, that when we go live, we always have our uh, quiz. And make sure that the information here will be the basis of your ah, pakabog, yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na every time that we're going to meet, meron kayong ipe-present sa akin. So, dito kayo kukuha ng ng theme. Yan. Meaning, significance, and global trend. Whatever it is that you're going to see here, pwede niyong gawing basihan para dun sa inyong presentation on our face-to-face before the quiz itself. So, let's get it on. So first one, why education for values? Bakit ba natin kailangang ma-education para sa ay kailangan nating i-inject ang values na 'yan. Now, at bakit rin nagkaroon at the same time ng talagang kailangan nating pag-aralan mismo itong GMRC na 'to. 'Yan. So, a most important reason for reorienting education for values is the fact that the current model of education contributes to the lopsided development of students. So actually kahit hindi ko to i-present sa inyo, you know it very well that we needed the education or the current model of the education kasi later on it contributes to the development not only for the students but also for the individuals. Yan. So meaning to say, hindi lang tayo nagbabase doon sa paano ba made-develop ang moral values ng mga estudyante kundi iintindihin din natin o kailangan nating maintindihan yung bawat estudyante kung saan ang kanilang mga hugot regarding their values. Yan. So, again, we are talking about the model or the current model of education. So, this model of education puts exclusive focus on cognitive. So when we say cognitive, it pertains to the brain. When we talk about the brain, it pertains to the thinking level of the students or the individuals. Now, this is the focus on exclusive focus on cognitive to the total neglect of the affective domain and presents alienation between the head and the heart. Yan. Ulitin natin. Ang ganda kasi ng sinabi dito. Sabi rito, yung model of education na pinag-uusapan according doon sa why education for values is that it puts exclusive focus doon sa cognition, and then this cognition is also we can say that hindi pinapansin o hindi binibigyan ng atensyon doon sa affective domain, and then hindi ngayon binibigyan ng focus o nawawala ng saysay o na binabaliwala yung pang-unawa o yung pagkakaintindi natin na yung ating pag-iisip is also connected to what we have in our heart. Yan. Di ba parang bigla tayong, bakit ba sinabi na ang pinag-uusapan lang naman dito ay cognitive? Bakit total neglect pagdating dun sa affective domain? Kasi nga, yung model of education ay nakafocus lamang sa cognition. So therefore, kung nasa cognitive domain lang, nawawala o hindi nagbibigyan ng pansin yung affective domain, na si affective domain naman, ito naman yung, di ba, supposedly it is focusing on the head and the heart of the students, wherein, in fact, kung ang nagiging focus ng ating trend ngayon is more on cognitive domain, nawawala na ngayon yung nawawala ng saysay yung paano natin i-connect yung affective domain doon sa pagdudugtong ng pag-iisip at ng nasa puso ng bawat estudyante. Yan. Kasi nakafocus lang tayo sa cognitive domain, wala si affective domain. Now, students are nurtured in a spirit of excessive competition. Alam nyo yan, na di ba nga, ngayon, lalo na noong bagong open pa lang nung nag-level 1 tayo, and then the face-to-face or the limited face-to-face classes, lumabas doon yung excessive competition ng mga estudyante. Estudyante ang pinag-uusapan, ha? Now, since the students are nurtured in a spirit of excessive competition and are trained right from the very beginning to relate to aggressive competition and facts detached from the context. So, eto nagpapatunay na naman na nakafocus na naman ang ating ngayon, ang ating model of education doon sa cognitive domain rather than the affective domain. So nawawala na yung konteksto noong values or education of values for the students. So the individualistic idea of excellence is promoted at the cost of emotional and relational skills. Sabi, ay, teka lang, pinopromote nga yung individualistic idea. Pero may cost ito into ang katapat na cost nito is the emotional and relational skills ng mga bata. Kasi nga nabigyan ngayon ng focus yung cognitive domain. So meaning to say, kapag nabigyan ng focus yung cognitive domain, 'di ba, lalong lumalakas yung competition, nagkakaroon ng aggressive competition. Kasi nga, ito yung tinatawag natin na individualistic idea of excellence. So meaning to say, napopromote nga yung cognitive domain, pero at the cost of emotional and relational skills, which is pertaining to the head and the heart. Yan. Now, young learners hardly understand why they are in school, why they are studying different subjects, and how their schooling will be helpful to them. Kaya maraming mga estudyante, bato-bato sa langit, ang matamaan, boom, sa pool. Sila yung mga tipo ng, bakit kasi bakit kami may ganito kaming subject, rank dito, rank doon. Samantalang hindi naman ito mahalaga. Ito bakit may ganito kami? Ang pinag-aaralan ko lang naman halimbawa, you are studying the civil engineering. Pero bakit sa civil engineering meron siyang understanding the self? Bakit kailangan may ganon? Na hindi iniintindi o naiintindihan ng mga estudyante na ito ay kasama sa curriculum na ibinaba sa mga educational or higher educational institutions such as the La Concepcion College, na ito ay sinusunod according doon sa standard of curriculum ng mga estudyante nasa kolehiyo. May you be taking up the program of the civil engineering, the education, and so on and so forth. So yun. 'Di ba? Kasi hindi nila naiintindihan o hindi nila iniintindi kung ano ang kahalagahan ng mga subjects na ito. Basta ang alam nila, bakit hindi po pwedeng mga major na lang namin? O di sila na, sige na, kayo na lang dito sa aming pwesto. Yung mga ganun ba na we are, or the professors and the teachers are doing their job yet. The students are questioning why they need to take that subject, why is it helpful, or what help would it serve them? Yan, yung mga ganon, ng mga rant. Okay. Now, again, question, why education for values? Because their understanding is limited to learning about the subjects only. They hardly know how they should live their lives. So, nasa atin yon ng mga guro, lalo na dun sa mga education major. Or commit themselves to the welfare of the country, nawawala yon. The care about the environment, naku po, kaya minsan, i-check nyo yung mga sarili niyo. How you care about the environment. Number one, napakasimple. If you are going to use any room in La Concepcion College, and then you are bringing some food, or you're bringing a bottle of water or any soda with you, and then you're leaving it where you are seated, yun ay hindi nagpapakita na you care about the environment. Yan. And then, ito yung nawawala. Kasi nga, dapat ito ay ini-inject o isinasama sa curriculum ng mga estudyante. May they be college or any level, or may they be the basic education level or the higher education sa yours. So, dapat ito ay sinasama kasi nakakalimutan eh. And also, other social and moral issues. Yan. Na halimbawa, ano ba yung sinasabi natin na moral issues? Napakasimple, mag-umpisa tayo dun sa pagpasok ng mga professor, na dapat ay hindi na kayo ganon kaingay with respect to the professors in front of you, because they studied very hard to get their degree in order for them to teach you the best way they could. Yan, moral issues yan. Pangalawa, how you regard your classmates. May they be different with you or different personality, values, beliefs. So, ano pa rin yan? Kasama pa rin dun sa moral issues. Social issues in a sense that how you regard the other people, like may they be the utility, the professors, students, or the authorities around you na kahit hindi nyo gusto. Yan. Kasama yan sa values. Now, they are not clear as to what sort of persons they hope to become when they complete their school education. Yan. Kaya, importante na i-include ang education for values. Another one. Education of this kind turns children into machines. Kasi nga, nakafocus tayo dun sa cognitive domain. So, such a perspective defeats the very purpose of education. The wholesome development of personality, including ethical development. Napakasimple ng ethical development, which is fundamental for making responsible decision-making in case of moral conflicts. Ano yung mga ethical development na ito? Like, for example, paano ba? Ano ba yung mga usually na nagkakaroon tayo ng problema doon sa decision-making in case of moral conflicts? Halimbawa, simplihan natin as simple as halimbawa meron kayong quiz, yan, and then hindi kayo nakapag-review, yet highest kayo na nakakuha ng highest score, pero for a fact that you have cheated pero hindi ka nahuli ng inyong professor. So you are laughing on your professors being numb, not seeing you cheating, pero in a sense that ikaw ang may problema doon kasi ikaw ang nangopya. And then in a sense that meron pa, sabi rito, fundamental daw yung ethical development for making responsible decision in case of moral conflicts. Ano ito? Halimbawa, naging teacher na kayo. Halimbawa lang, kung papasa. Halimbawa, naging teacher na kayo. And then, there come a time na you have to decide whether ipasa yung bata or hindi dahil hindi siya pumapasok. Pero yung nanay niya ay galing OFW, galing siya halimbawa kung saan mang bansa, and then dinalhan ka ng mga ng chocolates o ng bags or whatever it is that she bought from Hong Kong o kung saan man siyang luparot ng galing. So, etong ethical development mo ito yung nagkakaroon ka ng, ito yung responsable sa pagkakaroon mo ng decision making na in terms of your moral issues or moral, yung moral mo na, moral values mo na meron ka. Yan. So, I hope malinaw yun sa inyo, ha? Now, the problem of declining values, yung pagbaba ng ating mga values, is multidimensional, arising out of a combination ng ng major social forces such as, globalization, materialism, consumerism. Para magkakapareho ang tunog, di ba? Kasi materialism, consumerism, di ba? halos magkakatunog siya. Globalization in a sense that ano man pupunta tayo sa sa ibang bansa. Hindi, kundi sa kung ano man yung meron ang kalapit na bansa. Like for example, yung mga trend ngayon, yung mga Korean, di ba? Kung ano man yung meron sila, na-adapt natin somehow. Yan. Yung mga yung mga ano, uh, Western countries as well. Yan, nakukuha natin. So because of the globalization, yung palitan natin ng ating mga kuro-kuro, palitan natin ng ating mga cultures, ng ating mga beliefs. Yan. That is what globalization is all about. And then at the same time, dito pumapasok yun, mas maganda yung ano nila, mas maganda yung kanilang products instead of products natin. So dito rin papasok yung materialism. And then after which, the consumerism. Okay. Now, how about the causes of value crisis in present society? O, eto na tayo nasa global trend na tayo, papasok na. Ano na tayo, malapit na tayo sa exciting part. Yan. Causes of value crisis. Ano ba yung mga dahilan ng value crisis in present society? So number 1, challenges of traditional values. Ano yung mga challenges ng traditional values? Now, in the past, the society in which we were living was well protected and self-contained. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabi natin na well-protected and self-contained, kasi nga walang ibang nakikialam na mga bansa o walang nakakapag-dikta sa atin, walang bansang nakakapag-dikta kung ano natin, society natin ginagalawan, and then we don't care about them too, pero hindi ibig sabihin we don't care about them na nakikipagyera tayo parang in-embrace natin yung ating pagiging Filipino in a sense o in terms of the beliefs, the tradition, and so on and so forth. But today, the technological advances have brought many changes at the personal, racial, social, and national levels. Kasi nga, mas lalo ngayon dahil dun sa pandemic na yan, mas lalong nag-iba yung traditional values ng mga Filipinos. Yan. So man has to adjust himself to all the variations, and this has given rise to a crisis in the value system. So dito na, example nito yung mga bata na napapanood ko na dumadaan sa, minsan na nga lang ako magbukas ng FB, dadaan pa doon sa sa wall ko, or na may mga bata na umiiyak as young as 2 years old. Minsan hindi 1 year old lang na the parents are letting them watch or use the gadget or the cell phones or whatever it is, iPhone, tablet. But then when the parent cease to let them watch, nagwawala, umiiyak, naninira ng kung ano man. Yan. So di ba nagbago na? So isa pa lang yan How much more kung iisa-isahin natin? Pag face-to-face natin, i-chika natin to. Ano nyo sa akin huwag ninyong kalimutan. Chikahin natin tong challenges ng traditional values. Lahat ng makikita ninyo na mga pagbabago ng mga kabataan sa mga palipiligid, kahit yung mga pagbabago sa inyong mga sarili, i-marites natin yan. Okay. Now, moving on to the second one, which is the development of the attitude of cynicism. Pag sinabi natin cynicism is that parang pagbabago-bago ng pag-iisip ng o kaya naman pwede natin sabihin na parang hindi ka naniniwala o nagdadalawang isip. Yan. Now, the attitude of people towards the existing value system is turning out to be negative. Rejection of the pre-existing values and not believing in formulating new ones has brought deterioration of the moral values. Yan. So, ibig sabihin dito na yung mga existing value system natin ay nade-deny na or hindi na pinaniniwalaan ng mga present people such as yours, present people such as you daw. And then, yung mga pre-existing values natin ay hindi nire-reject, and then at the same time nagkakaroon na ng hindi sila naniniwala doon sa kasi sasabihin ng matatanda na may mga pagbabago na kasi sa inyo dati noong araw ganito kami, ganoon kami, pero they reject it. So ito yung tinatawag na development of the attitude of cynicism kasi nga hindi na kayo naniniwala Now this has brought later on na nagkakaroon ng deterioration of the moral values. Aminin nyo sa hindi, meron na yan, present na yan. Kasi i-compare nyo yung mga sarili ninyo sa mga bagong generation na sabihin natin nasa toddler or nasa paano ba, grade schoolers. Marami kayong mapupuna na iba doon sa pagpapalaki sa inyo ng magulang ninyo na hindi ninyo matanggap na ay bakit ganito, bakit ganyan sila. Yan. So ayun yung tinatawag, ayun yung sinasabi rito na we have the development of the attitude of cynicism. And then the third one is the loss of leadership and ethical values in teachers. Yan, isa pa to. So again, baka naligaw kayo ha, ulitin ko. Ulitin ko lang. So we are talking about the causes of value crisis in present society. So again, the first one is challenges of traditional values. Then second is development of the attitude of cynicism. And then, eto yung kasunod. Loss of leadership and ethical values in teachers. Anong ibig sabihin? Ang mga guro, yan, o ang mga present teachers na supposedly they show or they have the sort of leadership in them at saka yung kanilang ethical values ay dapat sila ang unang-una nagpapakita. Wala sila noon. Yan. Now, teachers have 3 important functions to perform. Kaya kaway-kaway sa inyo na magiging teacher soon. So, ito yung inyong 3 important functions to perform. Number 1, to teach. Siyempre. Number 2, set examples for others and have influential effect. That is 3. Yan. Kapag kayo naging teacher na tapos after, say, 2 years or 3 years, nakita ninyo yung mga estudyante niyo at bumabalik sa inyo na nagpapasalamat na eto, nakita ka kasi namin, ginaya ka namin. Be proud of yourself because pwede nyo ipagmalaki na you did not lose your leadership and you have the ethical values in you. Yan. Tandaan nyo yan ha. Kwentuhan nyo ako after ilan ba? Gagraduate kayo kung gagraduate ba? And then, siguro after 2 years, kwentuhan nyo ako, balikan nyo ako, ay, Miss E, totoo nga. Pak, habi, ganon. Pagka hindi, manda kayo sa akin, ha? Okay, now, but in this materialistic society, such as the present day that we are having, so materialistic society, teachers have lost their sense of devotion. Kasi si teacher, mahilig dun sa bagong bag, bagong sapatos, bagong damit, bagong ganito, ganyan-ganyan, bagong jowa, tsareng. Now, since they lost their sense of devotion and also the dedication towards their profession. Siyempre, pagka kayo ay pumasa at kayo ay nag-take na ng licensure exam, may oath kayo dyan. So, dapat sundin yung mga oath ninyo. Then, next, undue emphasis on literacy. Ayan, hindi binibigyan ng emphasis yung pagkatuto ng mga estudyante. Just getting a certificate or degree from college or university is not sufficient to qualify a person as literate. Halimbawa, mali naman ako dun sa undue emphasis on literacy. Halimbawa, kayo ay nakapasa na, nakatake na kayo ng board exam, naging teacher na talaga kayo, pero hindi iyon enough to qualify as literate. Yan. Even an illiterate can possess good qualities under the influence of right education, guidance, and values. What if meron kang certificate or meron kang double degree holder ka nga, o kaya naman sabihin natin na triple license na kung anong meron ka, yet you do not have any values. Anong sense ng meron ka, di ba? So meaning to say, kahit pa sabihin na marami kang lisensya, kung hindi ka naman, wala ka namang values, hindi ibig sabihin, hindi wala rin kwenta yun, di ba? Pero ang sabi rito ay hindi enough yung makakuha ka ng degree sa college mo o sa university para masabi na ikaw ay literate. Yan. So kahit na illiterate ka, kulang ka sa edukasyon, pero you have the good qualities under the influence of right education, guidance, and values. That's the point na pwede mo sabihin, you are a literate person. Hindi, actually, hindi pinangangalanda ka na, oy, ganito akong bachelor's degree holder ako. Oy, MA degree holder ako. Hindi ganun. Okay. Number 5, impact of materialistic philosophy on modern society. Kanina ko ba ito binabanggit, di ba? Yung impact ng materialistic philosophy. Now, in the mad race of money and power, people are neglecting values. For people, only materialistic things are more important rather than living an ethical life. Yan. Hindi ko na ipapaliwanag ha. Napakasimple na yung nilagay ko dyan. Number 6, increasing emphasis on individualism. Yan. Di ba nga dahil sa nakafocus tayo sa cognitive domain, yung ating education nowadays ay nakafocus sa cognitive domain. Mas nagkakaroon ng emphasis sa cognitive domain. Siyempre, nagkakaroon ngayon ng increasing emphasis doon sa individualism. Now, in the current scenario, the social bonding has lost its strength and people are developing a hedonistic outlook. So love and affection, even among the family members, is getting lost. Thus, people are not able to develop the sense of loyalty and sacrifice kasi nga nakafocus sa individualism or me, myself, and I. So therefore, syempre wala kang sense ng loyalty, wala kang sacrifice kasi ano isa-sacrifice mo hindi mo nga binibigyan ng pansin yung ibang tao, yung iyong social bonding. Yan. So, nawawala ito. Now, about the importance of value education, bakit ba ito importante? So, value education helps develop a healthy and balanced personality. Yan. Tandaan nyo ha. And then, it enables a child to earn his livelihood. Siyempre, bakit mo nasabi ma'am na livelihood? Kasi nga, nakikita niya yung halimbawa, may nakikita siya na, uy, gusto kong maging ganyan pagdating ng araw. Uy, gusto kong maging teacher, gusto kong maging nurse, gusto kong maging police. Yan. And then, later on, kapag di ba meron na kayong tinatawag na MAPE ngayon? Or meron pa nga na, sa iba't ibang strand, meron silang ginagawa na mga activities such as they are, creating an activity or activity wherein pwede nilang i-inject yung kanilang pagiging, yung paano sila makakikita ng pera out of doon sa kanilang gawa. Like for example, they cook something, then the product that they have, pwede lang ibenta. Yan. So, kaya sinasabi na it enables a child to earn his livelihood and also to acquire material prosperity. So, since nakita nila yung kahalagahan ng, ganito pala yung paano kumita. Tapos makikita nila, halimbawa, pag kumita sila ng kaunti, and then, syempre, along the way, may mga gastusin din sila. So, marirealize sila na, ganito pala yung kapag may kinita, gagastusin mo din. And then, pero, ang importante doon is how they're going to have, how they're going to create, yung kanilang livelihood in the future. And then, also, it develops a vocational efficiency. So, sabi ko nga kanina, in-example ko dun sa nakikita ng mga bata na, gusto kong paglaki, mag-bake o magluto ng mga tinapay, mga cakes, and etc. O kaya naman, meron silang favorite na barbers o barbero na, gusto ko paglaki ko, ganyan ang trabaho ko. O kaya naman, may mga nurse na nakikita nila na gustong-gusto nilang nakikita yung mga trabaho ng nurse, tinitingnan nila, paglaki ko, gusto ko maging ganyan. Yan. And then, It also develops character and morality in children, lalo na kapag, di ba sabi nga, ang ginagawa ng mga matatanda sa mata ng mga bata, ito ay tama. Yan. So kapag kung anong nakikita sa mga paligid ng mga bata ay tapos ginagaya nila, edi may kasalanan tayong matatanda. And then, it makes children ideal citizens. Values ang pinag-uusapan natin ha. Ano ang naitutulong nito? And then, also, it helps in reconstruction of experience. And also, it enables children to adjust to their environment. Di ba? Ang daming benefits. And it promotes social efficiency. Hindi na yung me, myself, and I. And also, it develops cultural values as well. And inculcates the feeling of national integration. Hindi yung, I don't know who among you yung nakaranas ng, halimbawa, kumakain kayo sa isang establishment. Naranasan ko to ilang beses na kumakain kami sa Jollibee sa Star Mall. Tapos biglang, di ba mag-opening Star Mall, kakanta yung may mag-on or papatugtugin na yung national anthem. Diyos ko, kung makikita ninyo yung mga tumatayo, mga may edad lang na katulad namin. So, ano nangyayari sa inyo? Nakakapagod bang tumayo ng ilang minuto? Hindi naman aabutin ng 4 na minuto yan. Yan. Meaning to say, question ninyo yung values ninyo, teachers. O ganon. Now, here are the schematic representation of the process of value education. So, ito. Tingnan ninyo ha. I-enlarge nyo na lang. So, kung mapapansin nyo, nasa pinakatuktok yung value development. So, yung value development nyo na ito yung kung anong meron kayo. O meron ng bawat isa o bawat estudyante na meron kayo. And then, this value development later on will be added by the value education. Yan. Etong value education na to ay meron siyang source. O saan siya nanggaling itong mga ito. So, meron siyang in-school at meron siyang out of school. So, pag sinabi natin in-school source ng value education and value development, ibig sabihin ay galing ito sa curricular activities, co-curricular activities, hidden curriculum, yun yung ginagawa ninyo sa mga lesson plan ninyo. School tone, atmosphere, direct value education na ibinibigay ng bawat guro. And then, ito ay, kung mapapansin ninyo, meron siyang objectives, may process, and then yung objectives na to may process at saka may product. And then, si objectives, meron siyang knowledge and understanding of the emotions, training of will, habits, or attitudes, dispositions, character development, moral thinking. And then, eto rin objectives na to ay meron ding evaluation. Si evaluation, ang evaluation niya is observation, oral, and written test interview. Kayo ang gagawa niyan, dapat meron kayo nito. And then, kung doon naman sa out-of-school source, ito yung home, community, media, kung anong napapanood, and then the peers. Okay, so yan yung out-of-school. So, idugtong ko lang muna doon sa in-school. Nakalimutan kong ilagay dito sa strategies or banggitin. Sa strategies naman, in-school is pwede pwede ritong ipasok yung stage of moral development and also yung mga pedagogies na pwede mong ilagay o i-add on. And then, meron din na ano yung mga gagawin mo dito sa strategies na to na binanggit ko kanina na stage of moral development and pedagogies. So, kasama rito sa strategies yung instruction, discussion, kasama rin sa lesson plan nyo to, problem solving, storytelling. Naku, masarap ang storytelling, promise. And then dramatization, opportunities for practice of values, participation on activities. So, etong mga strategies na to, ilalagay ito sa lesson plan. Yan. So, alam nyo yung ibig kong sabihin regarding this. So, that's it for now. Gusto ko pag-usapan natin yung yung sinabi ko kanina na mga challenges. Again, kopyahin nyo ito schematic representation kasi more on ito yung gagawin kong quiz sa inyo. Yan. So, again, bigyan ko lang ng emphasis etong pinapakita ko sa inyo. Importance. Ano ang importance? Bakit kailangan ang value education? So again, value education helps develop a healthy and a balanced personality. Value education enables a child to earn his livelihood and to acquire material prosperity. Value education develops vocational efficiency, develops character and morality in children, and makes children ideal citizens, helps in reconstruction of experience, and then enables children to adjust to their environment, promotes social efficiency, develops cultural values, and inculcates the feeling of national integration. Yan. Gusto ko lang i-emphasize yan kasi yun talagang importante doon. So, if you need to go back to the to the previous slides, please do so. And just pause and then go back to the previous slides if you wish. So that's it, and I wish to for you to have prepared for your quiz on our face-to-face classes. So see you by then.